I think a lot of times we spend a lot of our time arguing over the verbiage. It's a hardship for us to try to figure out, to be able to have a conversation at the same level as some of the government people that we are talking to. The word sustainability is important. I think, from the premise of a lot of what we're talking about here, it's environmental sustainability, but what needs to be worked into the conversation more often is the fact that sustainability also not only covers the environment, but also covers things like financial sustainability, community sustainability, and many, many different things.
Rather than, putting policies in place or driving direction, speak to the people that are involved in it and understand. One of the complaints I get on a regular basis on government relations is that they put out these consultations, they put out policies, and they do it, when? Like right in the middle of seeding or harvest. They give you a month to respond if you're lucky. They provide questions and you've got to fill in the blanks. So you can't really tell them what you think. So I think continue to reach out, talk to farmers and find out their perspectives.
In many countries in Europe, the revenue that farmers have from environmental subsidies is upwards of 50 to 60%, depending on the country. So now you have farmers that aren't farming the land, they're farming policies. And if those policies aren't the right policies, it's influencing how they do things. So they're literally paying, in England, farmers to grow less. And then all of a sudden panicking when crop prices go up and realizing that they've, generated a situation that they can't deal with.
Trying to sort out the regionality issues across this country. We're not the airline industry where basically they talk to Porter, they talk to WestJet, and they talk to Air Canada. And there's three companies that cover different geographies of the whole geography, but they have pretty much the exact same problems. And they really speak with one voice very, very well. Our industry from, southern, you just look at the Palliser Triangle versus you go north in Alberta, to Saskatchewan, I was in Summerside, PEI a couple weeks ago. Their issues there's some similar ones, but there's some really different ones all the way to Abbotsford. That's the difficult part about this. And it's hard to get policymakers' heads wrapped around the fact that cover crops may work in Southern Ontario for a certain purpose. And that's good. In the Palliser Triangle where we are, we're just happy if it rains a little bit. Never mind planting a crop that we're going to till under because we want to have green all the time.
There's a good example, I'm sure most people have heard of it, the 3NOP. It's been approved in Brazil, EU. With the arduous regulatory process and the smaller market, what's the incentive for a company like that to come to Canada?
Because I think farmers, that's something that we can really get our head wrapped around, is we like technology, we like gear, we like things that will provide not only a benefit to the output we're trying to accomplish, but also obviously have a return on investment is what I'm trying to say.
Farming is really the business of risk management, and innovation is a risky venture. So if you've got, growers that are out there trying new things, then they need a break. They need a little help, little nudge to be able to, try something new, take on a new piece of equipment, whatever that may be.
I think one of the ways to solve some of the problems that we are trying to fix is through technology and innovation. So as one of the major lenders in the country, I think funding technology and do that appropriately so that there is not unintended consequences created by weaving environmental policy into lending agreements.